What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Justice. Welcome to the ones that's been rocking with me. What's up? Your girl is back with another video. So I feel like this video is specifically for somebody. You thinking about going back to a person, going back to a toxic situation. And let me tell you something. God constantly warns us about looking back and going backwards. You don't understand how many times God extended grace and helped you out of a situation with this person. This person is toxic. The whole situation was toxic. And God gave you so much grace to get out of that situation, and you made it out alive. You made it out with your life. You made it out with your mental health still intact. You don't understand how important it is to just keep moving forward and not let this person back in. Don't go backwards. This could be somebody that you share a child with. Somebody that you share a child with, and you know you want the best for your child. You want your child to have both parents. If you're a single mom, you don't want to raise a child by yourself. Or if you're a single mom and you have a son, you always think about trying to raise a son by yourself. And if you can do it, you don't want your son to end up in jail. You don't want your son to end up a part of that LABC community. You know, so it's a lot on you because you want to do everything right. And you feel like, okay, I need that other person. I need the father to be there. Or a daughter. It can be the same with a daughter. Whatever fears you have with your daughter, and you don't want her to be out here running into the wrong type of guys because her father not around. So you keep going back. Or it can just be somebody that you spent a lot of time with. Just somebody that you gave a lot of your years of your life to, and you just really want it to work with this person. Let me tell you something. Don't allow the enemy to place these things in your mind, these fears in your minds, or you have these feelings and you thinking about just going back to something that wasn't good for you, that God literally delivered you from. Because a lot of times when people trying to come back into your life that mistreated you, that took you for granted and didn't do right by you the first time, these people are coming back seeking revenge. These people are coming back to finish the job because these people are covered in demonic spirits. They're covered in hatred. They got a hate for you. And they don't like you, and they trying to attach themselves to you and your light. They're trying to destroy you. Y'all know lightness and darkness cannot coexist. These people are trying to attach themselves to you and destroy you. They've been doing it all these years. And God gave you grace out of that situation. God helped you out of that situation, and you still had your life. You still had your mental health. So if you go back, it's going to be even harder to come out of it the next time. And some people don't come out of it. And sometimes people keep going back to toxic situation and toxic people to the point it ends them up in jail or 6 feet under in the ground. They don't even make it out because they didn't take heed. They didn't listen when God tried to reveal to them that this person wasn't good for them. God delivered them out of that situation and helped them out of that situation, and they just kept going back for whatever reason. Whatever reason. You have to use your discernment. You have to be wise because these people are very weak-minded. They're spiritually dead, and they're trying to attach themselves onto you, and they know what to say. They know the promises to make. They know everything you want. They have listened. They have studied you. They know exactly what you want and what you need. That's why they're able to use it to get you to lower your guard and to let them back into your life. But I'm telling you, this is not a time to go back to nobody. This is not a time to allow nobody back into your life. Even if it's somebody you have a child with, you have to just pray and ask God to help you raise your child, help you to do the right thing and make the right decisions with your child by yourself if that's what you have to do. Because that person may cause more harm than anything if you let them back into your life just for the sake of a child. Or if you gave somebody years of your life and you don't want to let them go, you feel like it's time wasted. You don't even understand. You feel like it's time wasted, but you still got time because you still got your life. Y'all, these people are revengeful. You have to be careful with going back to people and going back to toxic situations. Your life cannot be a revolving door for people to come in and out, in and out. And those toxic situations, they are toxic like that for a reason, to keep you stuck, to have you addicted, to the highs and the lows. That's what it do. So you keep going back and you keep going back. And a lot of times those situations, they never end well. They never end good. And we at a time right now where everybody should know If somebody is good for you and you got somebody good in your life, you should know to keep that person around. It shouldn't take constant going through it, back and forth, toxic negativity, back and forth, arguing all the time for this person to wake up one day and realize, okay, this is a good person that I want in my life. No, it don't go like that. People have you in those cycles because they're not the person for you. That's not the person that God has to bring in your life, that God brought into your life for you to do life with. That's not what it is. God would never bring people into your life that will just tear you down, just turn you into a negative, nasty person that'll pull you so far away from him. That's not God. That is Satan. That is the people that he sends to your life. So when you finally get out of something and you feel lighter, you feel like a weight lifted off of you, y'all, that's your sign right there to just move forward and don't look back. I don't care how hard it is. One thing about it, when you come out of a toxic situation, it's going to be hard. You're going to feel something pulling you back, constantly pulling you back. That soul tie, you done got addicted to the toxicity with that person. So you feel it pulling you back constantly. But in those times, that's when you got to step your prayer life up. That's when you got to fast. That's when you got to get in your word and do everything you can to keep you from going back. Because you don't want to go back to somebody and next time you don't make it out and you knew better. Because God told you, God showed you, he delivered you, and you keep going back. Sometimes you just got to fight against it. You got to fight against it and do everything you can, because you don't know, your whole life can be riding on this. Your whole future, your whole purpose can be riding on the fact that you let this person go and you don't look back. You got to be strong. Weak-minded people constantly goes back. Weak-minded people constantly let people back into their lives, constantly back and forth to do them dirty. And then when they look up, they're so drained mentally and emotionally and spiritually that they don't have nothing left to give. Nothing to give to themselves, to their children, to nobody. Because they didn't let this person just drain and suck the life out of them. So you got to know when to just let it go and don't go back. So, and like I said, this video is specifically for somebody, because you having those thoughts and feelings. You thinking about going backwards and going back to this person. And I'm telling you, it's not a good idea. Take heed and be grateful for the grace that God gave you and got you out of that situation. Stay away from that person. This is not a human that you're looking at. This is just a flesh with a different type of spirit operating through them. And they got an assignment on your life. They got an assignment to take you down, to cause harm to you. Because that's what those demons are telling them to do. And once they're done with you, the demon's going to turn on that person and destroy that person. That's how they operate. So you got to remove yourself. When you want to go back, you got to pray. You got to do whatever you got to do to make sure you don't go back to that situation. So I don't know who this video was for, but I feel like it was for somebody. Thank you so much to the ones that's been rocking with me. Y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much if you watched this video this far, and I will see y'all in my next video.